Hello guys, it's Joel from TechSpace and today we are going to change some tires. Alright, so I've got my friend Jason here with me. Hopefully he's going to bring a set of skills that you're going to need to be able to change these scooter tires. I know if you've got a scooter, the one thing that everyone does not look forward to is ever changing the tires. So we've got a couple of tools that I'm going to show you guys after the intro that we are going to be using during this change out. Alright, let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So, to do this today we need to have the right tools, and I hope what we've got here today will make life easier for us. A lot of the times you might have some of these tools, sometimes you will not have it, but for this instance guys, I was lucky to have all of these tools available to do this. So let's quickly run through it. The most important thing that you're going to need is a tire lever. So we've got a 24-inch, it's quite a big boy, two smaller ones as well. So if the smaller ones doesn't budget, we are going to go for the big boy. Then we've got a clamp guys. The reason why we've got a clamp is we might need to actually squish the tire together to be able to fit it over the rim. So that's what we've got the clamp for. Then we've got a Allen key tool set with different sizes on it. We've got a ratchet strap. That is to actually seat the tire to the rim. Because this is tubeless guys, we're going to need to use that to actually force the rubber onto the rim so we can use our pump to pump it up. Then we've got a little bit set as well. We've got some mechanic gloves. The last time I tried to change the tire, I cut my entire hand open. So we've got some gloves. We've got a vivid and we've got our white insulation tape, just for in case we need to mark or number our cables, because remember we're going to need to remove our cables from the connections inside to remove the tires. Then we've got our pink Loctite for when we need to rescrew our threads back. We've got a side cutter so we can cut all of our cable ties as we are going through the process. We've got cable ties to replace the ones that we're going to cut. We've got a drill, and that is just going to help us to unscrew the screws that we need to get out. Then we've got our Makita, I think this one is the DMP 180. It's the 18-volt cordless pump. This thing works brilliantly. We absolutely love it. We've got some cloth guys for in case we need to clean anything or so forth. We can also use this cloth to protect the rim when we use the tire levers. Then we've got three little containers here guys that we are going to use to put the screws that we take out of the scooter into, just to separate it so we know when and where something needs to go back. Then we've also got a sunlight liquid or dishwashing soap, and that is just going to help us to lubricate the side of the tire so we can slide it over the rim. I hope that's going to make it easier for us today. Then we've also got our ratchet set. So we're going to use this to get the tires off of the frame. A little kitchen step ladder. We found that this works really well because it's got quite a big base for the scooter to stand on. So we're going to lift the scooter up and it's going to make it easier for us to work on. Then we've got some Wonder Wipes here, and this is just to clean anything that we might need to clean. And then we've got the two tires. So guys, the tires we are changing today is 11-inch tires, and it is the CST 90 by 65 by 6.5, and these we got from AliExpress. So these are on-road tires, and we are changing the off-road tires to these ones because we mostly ride our scooters on pavement and on tarmac, so this is going to be more appropriate to what we need it for. And then guys, last but not least, we've got a towel, and that is just to when we put the force on the tire and the rim to actually get the tire off it, that is going to be a soft surface for our rim and motor to lie on so that we don't scratch the rim. So let's get into it guys. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to unscrew the deck to expose the wires, because we need to disconnect the front tires and the back tire cable that actually runs to the motor to be able to remove the wheel. Okay Jason, so you can start removing the deck for us. Now we're going to expose everything that's underneath inside of the deck. And there you can see, guys, is a bunch of cables that we need to remove with the battery bay and some spaces. Let's quickly start with what we need to figure out, and that is which cable is actually the one that is running towards the front motor or wheel. So we can just do that by following the cable. So what I'm going to ask Jason to do is to just cut those zip ties that is running from the front cable, and then we are going to follow it towards where it connects inside of the deck.
This one over here seems to be for the front tire, so it comes in over there.
Okay, so Jason, what I think we must do is we must just make sure that we are labeling the cables exactly to where we are taking them out, because I know that sometimes the cables does not go into a cable with the same colored wire, the sockets. All right, so we're going to do that quickly. Jason is just using our tape and our vivet. Okay, so that is the front. All right, and there you can see, guys, sometimes these cables are tight.
So it goes green and blue, yes? Can you see in there?
Okay, luckily I think I've already labeled it the previous time. So there's the G for green.
Okay,
okay, so the G for green.
Yellow.
The yellow
and
is marked there as well. So we've got yellow and yellow.
Comes out quite nicely. And then blue goes with green. Are we correct? There we go.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so there the cable has been disconnected, guys. So now we can start proceeding to remove the actual nuts that is keeping the front tire on. Just something to remember, guys, is that as soon as you are going to start loosening those nuts, the tire is going to drop. So make sure that someone is holding, or yourself is holding the tire, so that it can come out smoothly and not drop to the floor.
And then also the disc brakes as well. Also make sure that you don't damage the disc as it comes out of the brakes over there. There's also another cable tie over here that we forgot about.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Okay, that's good.
Right there. Now it should pop out.
There we go.
There it is.
We've taken the tire out now, and we can almost start. Jason, if you want to, what we can do is we loosen, or we can actually pull the entire cable out. Yeah, yes, exactly like that. So that is what we're going to change it for, guys, the off-road to the on-road. Obviously, you'll see once we pump up the on-road tire, it will bulge and become round as well, like the off-road tire. Just an important thing to remember next, which a lot of guys forget, is to remove the disc on the wheel, because that is something that can bend easily. And you can just remove it easily by removing those 6 screws. So Jason will do that for us now.
Seems to be the same size as the deck. Let's try it out.
Just remember, when you take the disc off, to put it on a safe place. Just put it somewhere, maybe on our nice table set up there, Jason. We can leave that. So now we are going to start de-inflating the tire. So there is a valve on the side. Here we go. Jason is starting to de-inflate the tire for us.
Not much air in there, hey? There it is. You can just hear it pop off already. There we
awesome.
Go.
As you can see, guys, it seems like the off-road tire bends a little bit easy. It's probably why, because it was already on the scooter. But I think we're going to have a tough time putting that on-road one on. But let's get to it.
We got that one off. That should be fine. Wheel goes on this way. So I don't see any directional arrows on the knobbies over here. And on here either. So what's generally good practice, you see the grooves in the tire. It's always nice to point them in the direction the tire will be going. So we will be installing this one this way.
Awesome.
Let's
Fantastic, Jason. Let's try and get that off-road knobby tire off. So obviously, guys, you would like to protect it as much as you can, but just remember one thing, we're not professionals, we're learning as we go. So yeah.
Also, one thing to note as well when changing a tire, a rim has always got a little groove in the inside there so that you can push the bead of the tire in there, so it gives you more leeway on the other end to push it out.
Yeah guys, and that process is a typical slip and slide type of thing that you're trying to achieve. Alright guys, Jason is really starting to look like a professional tire changer. I know where he lives and I've got his business card.
There we go.
Look at that guys, so that exposed our 1600 watt motor. So it's still got a lot of grip on it guys, but like I said, we'll keep this one and we will put it on if the road tires get worn out. Put these ones back. These ones does make a lot of road noise, and that is also one of the big reasons why we are wanting to change it to road tires, because most of the surfaces that we do ride on is on tarmac, cement, etc, etc. Alright Jason,
get into this one. So as I said in the beginning, you must follow your tire treads, which is going to go forwards direction, and to confirm that on the actual motor or the rim, the brake disc was on this side, so it comes in that way, so we need to get it in just as is. So let's try. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. I thought when that one came off, this would be an easy story.
Yeah. No, I think if it was easy, then everyone would have done it.
Everyone would change the stock tires. Eh? There we go, yes. There we go, there we go, there we go.
Yes! Shit.
Right,
let's drink a beer.
So lube is the answer.
Cheers.
Cheers. Rule number one.
Okay guys, we finally got it on. We did scratch the rim a little bit guys, but we gave up on the idea of using this. We've just made it a little bit too difficult, but yeah, it's just surface scratches. We didn't actually dent the rim or anything like that.
No, but
which is fine. It's not a problem at all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to seat the tire and then start pumping it up. So we need the ratchet, and then we are going to just make sure that the tire is actually making contact to the rim.
I think let's put it on and let's have a look and see.
Okay. So Jason reckons we might not need to
okay, go.
Seat it. Okay, so Jason, what does the tire pressure say on the side? How much should we put it in?
This here says 50 psi.
Okay, so we're going to go 50 psi, guys.
Boom.
So nice. As you can see, and what is so beautiful about this product, this Makita cordless pump, is that you can actually put in there what is the PSI that you need. So we need 50 according to what it says on the tire, and then we are going to start. Okay Jason, it doesn't seem like it's working guys, the pressure is not picking up, so we are going to need to seat it.
Worth a try.
So we're going to do it with the ratchet strap that we've got. Right guys, so there you can see it starting to go up. We finally got it seated. We're at 40 now.
We're at
45. 50 psi. Fantastic.
Right, one wheel done.
One wheel is done. Finally.
I'm sure we will do the back one a lot quicker.
Alright Jason, so yes, so just give the camera a little bit of a look. what's going on there. So there you can see, guys, the tire is nicely pressured up.
It
and it's
bulged
looking
out
good.
nicely as well. Got that nice shape.
Yep, it's bulged out, so it's not that flat one. And I believe as we are going to ride with it, guys, it should shape up more.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that went really well. So Jason, one thing before we start putting that tire back is just to remember that we must try to put the cables in through that little hole.
Yes.
And then we will follow the cable as we go with the zip ties. Okay guys, so remember to put your disc back. And that's also one of the reasons why we said we're going to use the Loctite. The Loctite is going to make sure that our screws stays in and doesn't come loose with rattling and stuff like that. So we are using the pink Loctite. So all that we do is, guys, we're just going to make sure that you put a drop of it on, just a small little dot. Just like that, guys. And obviously what it will do is it will go through the grooves as you are drilling it back into place. Alright guys, so as you can see, Jason is now feeding the cable back through the little pinhole there that is meant for the cable to go. What we will do is, as we are pulling the cable tight, we will line it up with the other cables where it needs to go and start putting the cable ties around to keep it fastened. To make sure that the disc brake is in the center of the brake pads.
Put it now. There it is, in position.
Guys, so while it's on the stand, we'll just hand tighten it for now. Once we've got it back on the floor, we'll give it a nice little budge to make sure that the nuts are on tight. You can see the cable is now ready to go back into its place, going into the deck. So what we need to do is we need to find the cables that is going to the back motor. It's this one here. Okay, so it's this one here. Jason, this one we didn't mark previously.
No.
So what I think I'm going to do is let me put the ones that we've got here back. So we'll put the green, we've marked it with a G, so the green will go back in there. Right. Then we've got the blue, so we know it's been marked blue here, B, so we'll put the blue in there. Guys, this is the kind of stuff that's really important, because obviously with the amount of voltage and stuff we've got with these batteries, it's easy to cause a fire. So just make sure that you mark everything that you can. Okay, then we've got the yellow with the Y or the yellow on the terminal. Alright guys, just make sure that it's nicely fastened. Alright, fantastic. So now we need to do the back tire. So what I'm going to do is, first thing, I'm going to get my marker. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to mark wherever these ones need to go. So obviously Y for yellow. This is permanent, guys. Again, something stupid, but make sure that you use permanent markers so that you don't accidentally smudge a vivid marker off the non-permanent. We've got blue, and then we've got G for green. So now we can remove these plugs. Make sure it's nice and dry. Okay, so yellow is out, blue is out. So Jason is just making sure that we are cutting the cable ties and remembering where the cable needs to go for the back tire. So the cable has been loosened. Okay, so all is now good. We are just going to align the discs with the brake pads and make sure that is all good. Okay, the tires are changed. It took us about an hour and a half. The first one took about 40-ish minutes and the second one about 10. So clearly it's a learning curve. I mean, both of us are amateurs, we're not professionals in this. Jason really did well. He did most of the work. I was just behind the camera. Thank you for that, Jason.
Only a pleasure, pal.
And yeah, guys, so we're going to test it out. Just remember about the little brake adjustments you have to make once you've put the tires on. Often what happens is you just need to move it a little bit. Remember where you've placed your spaces on each side of the wheel. And yeah, have fun. If you've got any questions, just give us a comment down below, guys. And also, if you like this video and you found it informative, please subscribe to the channel. And yes, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, Jason. Cheers.
Cheers.